Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Yes, and the first one every single week now we're going to be doing the 4K collection. This is the numbers all the way up to letter E in the collection, and next week we'll do F onwards and so on and so forth every single week for the next couple of weeks. Behind me, as you can see, I've taken all of the movies off the slots. I'm going to go through them one by one and then I'll put them back in on here. I am going to make this easier for me for editing, and I am just going to do this in one take basically. So we'll just go through it and then I'll just upload the take. I'll edit the beginning and ending. But anyway, that's just for me. Let's just make it straightforward and easy, and let's go into the collection. The first one then in the collection is, of course, the 6-film edition of the Sean Connerys. These are, which ones are they? There they are. Dr. No, From Russia with Love, Goldfinger, Thunderball, You Only Live Twice, and Diamonds Are Forever. I went for the Blu-ray version, and it's pretty much a nice little addition there to sit on the shelf as the first one. We then have some Bonds. We've got all the Daniel Craig ones, and I've got them all individually. So these are first because of 007, I guess, is my logic. So of course, Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, Spectre, and then No Time to Die. I do want to get the slipcover made so it looks exactly the same for that one. So yeah. So I'll put them up on the shelf as well. We then have the next one, one of my favourite disaster movies from Roland Emmerich, 2012. Fantastic. No slipcover on that one, but I have watched that one, done an entire video on that one. Another recent pickup then, or quite a recent one, is 28 Years Later. This is the 4K steelbook. As you can see, I put my steelbooks in with my Blu-rays. I don't, separate them out or anything. So yeah, that one goes in there. Nice. And then we have then the final one in this box is a slipcover edition there of 300. A fantastic film directed by Zack Snyder, of course. Most people know him from the whole DCU stuff, or DCEU rather. Yeah, that's 300. A good film starring Gerard Butler. Fantastic in my opinion. But that is on the shelf. Looks fantastic in 4K as well. I did the whole DVD Blu-ray to 4K video and it looked amazing. Right, next one then we have, actually my first sealed one here, $9.99 with any purchase this was, for A Few Good Men. As you can see, this highlights to me that I've never seen it and I haven't watched it yet. So that is why that's there. And as I say, I keep them sealed because, I don't know, it's just quite nice to open it when you want to watch it. We've then got the A Quiet Place movies, and surprisingly I don't have the newest one. So we've got A Quiet Place 1 there, as you can see, and then A Quiet Place 2 with a slipcover, or part 2. But I don't have A Quiet Place Day 1, which I enjoyed that in the cinema. I'm surprised I don't have that. So yeah, that's those ones. It's going to be a really difficult when I do these ones and then all of that. Next one we have is A Star Is Born. Surprisingly got this but never seen it. I've watched this since, but I've watched it through not Disney Plus, BBC iPlayer. It was on BBC. So yeah, really sad film. Good story though, and good acting performances. One film I didn't really enjoy as much is The Accountant. The first one is okay, but it's not as good as the second. Well, the second one's worse in my opinion, but it's just not good as some other things Ben Affleck's done in my opinion. But yeah, The Accountant with a slipcover there. We do then have one of my favourite space movies, Ad Astra. There it is. Fantastic film there. Yeah, really good. Brad Pitt, some really good scenes there, especially this one where they're driving on the moon. It's really good. If you've never seen that, you should. It's got a good Dolby Atmos as well. I then have Alien, just Alien Romulus. I don't have the other aliens yet. I do have the slipcovers courtesy of a subscriber, Professor Griswold. So we will be getting those pretty soon. My dog is barking. That is great. Okay, I had to put a little cut in there because I had to go and sort the dog out. He was barking at the neighbour. There we go. Alita Battle Angel, 4K, Blu-ray 3D and Blu-ray. So this one comes with the Blu-ray 3D as well as the Blu-ray, which is pretty interesting. And of course that 4K. I have seen this since I bought it. Fantastic film, in my opinion. Very underrated. People don't talk about it as much, I don't think. Yeah, great film. Next one, not seen this one, Cameron Crowe, Almost Famous. I'm quite out of breath now running up and down that stairs. But yeah, Cameron Crowe in Almost Famous, or directed Almost Famous. Never seen this, but I think it's a musical. Correct me if I'm wrong. I probably am wrong. Next one then we have is a Michael Bay film. Watch this in the cinema. Jake Gyllenhaal, Ambulance. Pretty bog standard. Okay, but yeah. There we go. Put that one up there. Nice. Next one we have then is American Made with the slipcover. Apparently this is a very rare slipcover apparently, and I have it. And I think this was bought from HMV. I want to say it was like in the 3 for 30 back when they did that. Yes, we got then some Angry Birds, the movie. This one is sealed. Sealed copy of that. I think this was about a £5 when they did a sale in HMV. Next we have Apollo 13. This was part of a big Facebook video I bought. I bought this from somebody who was selling loads of things. I think I bought 15 4Ks off him for 80 quid, something like that. But yeah, Apollo 13. One of the films I've not seen yet. I do want to. I have seen Arrival though. This is Amy Adams and Jeremy Renner. Forrest Whitaker as well. Directed by Denis Villeneuve, who's done, of course, the Dune films. Baby Driver, a very underrated film. Fun fact about this, I've never seen the 4K version of this, but I did watch this film in the cinema on a boat. It was like a ferry thing. That's how I watched that film for the first time. And when they started up the actual like cinema, the actual like it was just basically the DVD or the Blu-ray version of the film on a PS3 because it was on the projector. So it was pretty cool. But yeah. Next we have Babylon. I was going to say Babylon then. Babylon. Damien Chazelle. I was going to say Derek Chazelle then. But yeah. I've only seen that once in the cinema. Bad Boys 1. We then have Bad Boys 2. We then have Bad Boys for Life. And then we have Bad Boys Ride or Die. So the entire Bad Boys collection there on 4K. Of course, just missing one slipcover, which I will get because for the whole collection, you need to have the slips, don't you? So that's the Bad Boys collection, which we will put up on here. Weirdly, a lot of people have wanted me to do this video, so hopefully this is sufficient. Very unprofessional, but at the same time, this is my collection, and I'm putting it in while I'm doing this, might as well. Bad Times at El Royale next. This stars, what's his name? Jeff Bridges, Cynthia Erivo's in it, and Dakota Johnson. I've never seen this film, but that is there. I always thought Woody Harrelson was in that one, but I think I'm getting confused with another one maybe. We then have Battleship. This is no, it's not a sealed one. This was one of those ones from that guy on Facebook. I'm sure it was. Come with a slipcover. Stars Rihanna and Liam Neeson, this film does. Based on the game. The actual Battleship game, you know, the board game. Yeah, so there's that. It'll readjust. Barbie next. This was picked up on the South Wales video when I went to Carmarthen. I got that. It's weird how I remember where I buy certain things. It's funny. We then have Better Man. This was quite a recent pickup. Of course, the Robbie Williams biopic movie directed by Michael Gracie, who's done The Greatest Showman. One of the best biopic movies ever made, that is, in my opinion. Obviously, Robbie Williams, but yeah, still a really good film, though. One that I haven't seen, no, starring Ewan McGregor, is Big Fish. Apparently, it plays awesome on the PS5. But yeah, this is no slipcover on this. This was just from Amazon, I think, as part of like a 2 for 30 or something. Bike Riders, another recent pickup. This was picked up on Vinted, 8 quid, I believe. That's going in there. Then we have Black Hawk Down with a slipcover. Apparently, this is quite a rare one now as well. It is brand new. Well, I thought it would be brand new. I watched this though. I must have watched this, but I did pick it up brand new, definitely. It was one of the first ever ones I remember buying, 4K wise anyways. There's that. Next we have, this was a $9.99 with any pickup, I believe. This is Blade, the first Blade movie. Wesley Snipes, of course. Surprised I haven't watched that, but I guess he wasn't confirmed to be in the Deadpool film until obviously we was in the cinema watching it. So yeah. Another rare one in terms of slipcover I've got is both of these. I've got Blade Runner The Final Cut. This is quite a rare one. This was picked up from somebody on Facebook quite recently. I've done a video on it. And then this one also, 2049. Believe it or not, this is actually a rare slipcover. But yeah, there's the two there for the Blade Runners. I've not seen any of those Blade Runner films, believe it or not. I really want to, but it's one of those, I want to enjoy them in the room, but with the other half at home, it's quite difficult to do that. Bohemian Rhapsody next with a slipcover. Got some spot gloss on there as well. Stars, of course, Rami Malek. This one does. I didn't mind that. People hate on it a bit too much, but you know, I didn't mind it. It's not like Rocket Man for me is a really good musical or biopic film. We then have a Bourne movie, which actually has a lot of stickers that need to come off, surprisingly. But yeah, I'll have to make a note of this as I'm going through this video, I think. But this is the Bourne Ultimatum. that was probably bought from CEX based on the stickers. Bumblebee next. This was bought on Vinted with a slipcover. It was pretty cheap. I vaguely remember it doesn't... Yeah, it only came with the 4K disc and not the Blu-ray. So, yeah, that is something I'll need to collect and get. I still need to remember that. But we'll put the Bumblebee movie there. I've not seen that one. I have seen this, though. Chaos Walking. Stars Tom Holland on the back there. And then you got Daisy Ridley. Yeah, it was all right. Not great, but I think it's one of them. You won't watch it all the time, but you'd watch it a couple of times. I got the steelbook of that. I vaguely remember it was 15 quid in HMV. One film that I really enjoy, though, is Chappie. And again, a quite rare limited edition slipcover that you don't really see that often, but fantastic. I bought the slipcover on its own, I believe, on eBay for that one. And then finally, one that I picked up in the Netherlands is Chernobyl. This is the TV show. As you can see, this is the French or Dutch version, but it does play, of course, because it's 4K. Still never seen Chernobyl, but that is there. You can also watch it in really good quality on Sky Q, I believe. Right, next stack then now as we go into the, we get towards the end of the C's, I guess. We have a Liam Neeson film, Cold Pursuit, with a slipcover. I think this was just a cheap one on eBay, to be honest. But that is there for that one, Cold Pursuit. And then we have one of my favourite films of the year when did it come out? 2025. Conclave. I was going to say Chernobyl then. Conclave. Fantastic film. Ralph Fiennes, Paul Giamatti. No, it's not Paul Giamatti. It's Stanley Tucci. They look the same, though, in my eyes. And then we have, of course, John Lithgow. Fantastic film. Really, really, really enjoyed Conclave in the cinema. We then have a Will Smith movie, Concussion, with a slipcover and also a brand new. So, yeah, that's a HMV one by the looks. Yeah, bought it in 2022. Even says the date I ordered it. It's, June the 16th, 2022. So, yeah, that was ordered. I think that was a really cheap deal. So I just did it for a click and collect when I was Blu-ray hunting. Gifted wise, though, this was gifted to me. The Conjuring. Of course, I've watched this one recently when I watched the Conjuring movies. And, of course, I picked this one up at a very good price. At £6 from CEX, this was, for The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. We just need The Conjuring 2 now on 4K. Of course, the last rights will come on 4K as well. But, yeah, so I've got the steelbook for that. We then have another rare slipcover, I believe. This is the Da Vinci Code, 10th anniversary 4K, Tom Hanks. I want to watch these films, Inferno, and the other one is Angels and Demons. I don't have those other two, Angels and Demons and Inferno, but Da Vinci Code I do have. So we've just got into the D's now, actually. Daddy's Home 2 next. This was a recent pickup. I think it was a £5 from CEX. So again, that was a pretty good one, with a slipcover as well. Then we have, I remember buying this one in Western-super-Mare CEX when I went away. This is Dark Tower, or The Dark Tower. Idris Elba, Matthew McConaughey. I haven't heard good things about this film. I know it's based on a book series, I think, but I never heard good things to want to watch it. But it's got good actors in it, but apparently it's really bad, so I haven't seen that one. And then we have, finally then, Jim Henson's The Dark Crystal. Now, I've tried to watch these films, and I've never really got into them, so yeah, maybe I need to try again. So that's that box. We then have one that I picked up from Asda. This was £5 for The Darkest Hour, or Darkest Hour. It does come with a slipcover normally, but £5, I couldn't leave it there. There was a while ago I bought that, though. Next, we have Days of Thunder. This is Tom Cruise, sealed edition. This was a $9.99 with any pickup. I think it was around the time Top Gun Maverick was in cinemas. Of course, all the Tom Cruise films. This one was a 2 for $30, I believe, and this is Death on the Nile. Of course, I like these films. What's his name? Poirot in it. Yeah, Hercule Poirot, who's played by Kenneth Branagh. Really like those films. Unfortunately, we never got A Haunting in Venice on 4K. Only the Murder on the Orient Express alongside that one. This one then is Deepwater Horizon. This probably looks as a CEX pickup, I think. But yeah, Deepwater Horizon with a slipcover. I've seen that. It's all right. Bit of a disastery film. We then have the Despicable Me franchise. So we've got Despicable Me 1. We have Despicable Me 2. We then have Despicable Me 3. All with slipcovers, as you can see, all the UK versions. But I also have Despicable Me 4, which is the American version of that one, because they didn't do the 4K. I do have them all, but as I say, this was a exclusive to America version, or this is an American version. These are actually really rare as well with slipcovers. These, I think I paid, it was either number 2 or 3. I think I paid £35 for on eBay. So it was quite an expensive one. But as I say, all of the Despicable Me's, they're pretty cool. They line up, and I'm a bit of a fan of the franchise. So I wanted to continue them on with getting the 4th one from America, of course. We then have a gifted item. This was from Warner Brothers. This is Dirty Harry, Clint Eastwood. Still yet to watch those ones, to be honest, because loads of other things landed around the time that was out. Next, we have a bit of a bodge job one. This is Dirty Dancing, the Blu-ray. But inside this, I kept all of the goodies, like all of the actual stuff. But I put my steelbook inside. So it is a 4K steelbook, which is, well, it's really nice actually. But I wanted to keep it all in there, so you can kind of see the steelbook there, and then all the bits and bobs I kept with it. So yeah, it works. It works for me, and yeah. So we need to readjust now. We need to go back onto this side because we've got the last box to do here. There we go. Nearly there. Just the last couple to do. Steelbook then, this was about a tenner, I think, on Zavvi. This is the Do the Right Thing, yeah, Do the Right Thing Steelbook. This was a tenner. Love hate on the back, that there. Pretty cool. I have never seen it though. Spike Lee, I believe. We then have an average movie. Don't Worry Darling. This was a steelbook, or this is a steelbook. Florence Pugh and Harry Styles. There's the back of it there. This was a cheap steelbook that HMV was selling, I believe. We then have another one that needs stickers taken off. Doolittle, CEX. Never seen that, but again, not heard good things about it. We then have Dune Prophecy Season 1. This is the TV show, of course, I picked up pretty recently. So that needs to go on there. That's first because I think in terms of the Dune films, that is before the films. Speaking of the films, we've of course got Dune 1. I've got the standard armory. I remember buying this from Tesco's actually when it came out. But yeah, I really love Dune. The first film's fantastic. Of course, the second film is awesome as well. There's the second one with a slim case this time. That one goes in there next to Dune 1. Next, we have Dunkirk, Christopher Nolan, sealed. I've only seen this once in the cinema. Not something I've rewatched. War films don't tend to really be something I want to watch that often. But I've got Dunkirk there. We then have a sealed copy of Edge of Tomorrow. This is a $9.99 with any pickup. So I used to do this a lot, but they don't tend to do it as much anymore. But as you can see, a lot of my collection was built on that, to be honest. Christmas one there now. This is Elf. This was a brand new pickup, I believe, from, I think it was from, not CEX, HMV at Christmas time. But yeah, watched it at Christmas time when I picked it up, I believe. So that is that box. Those are the ones for next time. We've got about 5 left now. So we've got Elvis. This is Elvis, of course. Austin Butler, Baz Luhrmann's movie. Yep. Next to that one then we have the Equalizer 2. Don't have the Equalizer 1 or Equalizer 3, but I do have number 2. I think that was pretty cheap. CEX. Sealed copy of E.T. Yes, it is sealed. Why is it sealed, James? I just haven't opened it. But I have seen E.T. recently, so I don't know how I would have watched it. Unless I watched it on standard Blu-ray and then I upgraded the 4K, I think. Maybe, I can't remember. Everest then, just a bog standard 4K, of course. This was a really cheap one. Might have been part of that Facebook thingy. And then finally, this is an imported steelbook for Everything Everywhere All at Once. This is the French steelbook, but you can't have the French disc because the French discs don't have the English subtitles for when they're speaking Korean. So I had to get the French steelbook, but then I bought the American discs to put inside it. So it's a bit of a bodge job, but that's the design of it. It's one of my favourite ones in the collection. And on the back then, you got all the eyes and Everything Everywhere All at Once. And then the font, I guess, the spine rather, is upside down because it's the French release. A24 there and then the 4K. So that goes on the shelf there. So that is all the numerical 4Ks all the way to E. Next week, we're going to be going F to L. So we'll do a good couple next week, and then we'll continue each week as we go. So stay tuned. Every single Wednesday, there'll be the collection video where I'll show you guys the collection. And yeah, we'll go through all the 4K that I have in my collection behind me, as you can see here. Thanks for watching, though, guys. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon. And of course, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.